Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's James C. Graves coming to you from 649. Happy Halloween. It is October 31st. And the most terrifying thing you'll hear today is probably this voice. But I've mustered it up for you, the people who deserve a podcast. So here we go. It's going to be a little different. I didn't even update the graphic because, frankly, I don't care. But it's week 8, in case you didn't know. And we're going to week 9. That's the thing. We're going to start with our bottom 10. We have Fly Eagles Fly at 91. Mick DeBow almost out of the bottom 10, but not quite. Followed by Muckers, who's 2-6. These guys aren't that awful. Canton Hall of Famers unfortunately lost again, and now they're in there. Doubles, Garrity's Gigolos is number 94. Double C's now number 95 after being in the top 10 not that long ago. Sag Nasty's notch above top notch. I just have to keep drinking and it sounds better. Sounds like a raging alcoholic. Anyway, Sag Nasty's notch above top notch is 96th. Digger Phelps, I'll give him this. He's submitting a lineup. Your Mother Likes My Defense, former champion, number 98. And the Double G spot with their first win of the year means that they are out of the 100 spot for the first time in several weeks, which means that our new number 100 team is. Let's see who it is. It's the Honolulu Blue Skies. 1-7. Paul Brown is literally living up to his last name because he is a steaming pile of brown dung at the bottom of the league. Very unfortunate. He started off 1-0. He's now on a 7-game just turd bender. And sometimes a turd so big it's got to bend. And that's his season. Honolulu should change the name to the Honolulu Brown Skies. Would make a lot more sense. I think I lost my audio, but it's fine. Honolulu Brown Skies, your weakest link. We got to hit it with one of those two, just because they are indeed the weakest link. You know it's true. There we go.
Are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Yeah, that was way off, but hey, I'm functioning barely, so looking through some of these droppers. Not a lot of droppers. Here's 12, 13, 14, and 16 fall to the 30s. All with losses. And then we get to the top 20. You feel Lucky Punk. Hold on. You feel it, Lucky Punk. Neighbor Saw My Panics falls from number 11 to 19 after losing to Squadrels. Sewer Bombs, they're up from number 18, from number 20 to number 18, rather. Concussion Protocol, OJ back in the top 20. He got a little bit of, sorry for the throat clearing, by the way. He got a little bit of press this week with Jameer Gibbs and the OJ/Al Collins White Bronco picks. If you saw that, it's pretty funny. Swine Flu, Say It Ain't So. He loses for the second time this year, falls to 6-2. Critical time to lose, though, man. You're in this final stretch. He's number 7, down to number 16. Baby Back Gibbs, look at this guy. He's back up. He's number 15 out from the top 20. I want to check something on Swine Flu real quick. Yeah, okay. I thought so. He's at the bottom of those things. But Baby Back Gibbs, Stephen Gergley, fellow new owner, him and Mike Kaminsky have been battling it out down there in that Lloyd Christmas conference all year. And who will win? We're going to look at the last couple games here. Stephanie Bradley loses for the second straight week. All Too Well falls from number 8 to number 14. My, how the mighty have fallen. Will Bradley make it to the playoffs? We'll see. A lot of 3-game win streak. Was not ranked last week somehow, and now finds himself in the top 13 even, which is pretty good, obviously. Hitting Ruggs wins again. He's up to number 12. Will's Wranglers loses for the second straight week. He went from undefeated to number 10 in 2 weeks. 1 second. All right, sorry. Every once in a while I have to just expulge things from my body, so I have to pause it so you don't see that grossness. Anyway, top 10, Ryan Frazier into the top 10 for the first time all year. Number 9, you know it's coming. I'm not going to do it because I'm tired. The Apache Chiefs, they're up from 17 up to number 9, 6-2. True Blue Wrecking Crew up from 18 to 8. Namtab Knights falls from number 5 to number 7. Josh Crampton just keeps winning, unfortunately. He's in my conference. Wins more than one thing this week. We'll see that in a minute. Tallywhacker stays put at 6. BVC has lost, so the flirtation, if you will, the sexiness, if you will, of the undefeated season is completely gone. BVC, sorry, buddy. Welcome to the ranks of the winless or the lost, whatever. Welcome to the ranks of the beaten. Put it that way. Number 4, Louis Diana football team. He must have got tired of me saying dumb shit about his stupid Citadel name. And here he is, up from number 9 to number 4. I mean, what can I say? I like the team name. I like the Utah Hockey Club. I hope they keep it. I like the Washington football team. Definitely better than the Commies, as they're now being called by people, which is hilarious. Malcolm Rodriguez, the middle of my fives, wins for the 7th straight week and falls from number 2 to number 3, which is crazy. But it happens. She just doesn't have a lot of points. You look right here. This is what determines. Well, you look here first, and then you look here. 6-0 in conference. That'll be huge at the end of the year. Golf and Balls, up from number 3 to number 2 with a win. Obviously, 18 more points than Cassandra has. And then the new number 1 team in the nation is, look out, ladies and gentlemen. Look out, ladies and gentlemen. It is former champion. Matt Farmer. I don't know what happened to my sounds. There it is. That's what we were looking for. Matt Farmer, farmersonly.com. The new number 1 team in the nation. Congratulations, all of you. We go to randomizers. The Hitman is randomized for the 2nd time this week, which puts him along with Strong Street Soldiers, Double G Spot, Death by 1,000 Punts, and Digger Phelps, both all on the chopping block. One more randomized and you'll lose your team. So there's that. That's not fun, but hey, good job. Hitman actually, I think, might have won because of his randomizer, which I got messages saying, oh, your randomizer sucks. It picks too good of players. I got news for you, pal. If they're getting in the randomizer, they're not having a good year. That's how it works. And then I don't think I have it in me to do the moderate minutes, so we're going to do an abrupt version of the moderate minutes here. Let's see what we got. Definitely not going to do all 50 games because I don't have it in me, but if we can, my computer could fucking move faster than 1 mile an hour. Oh. Wow. This is why I do it, though, because I didn't know this. Here we go. Okay. Here we go for real this time. We've got the game of the week. Mama G out of retirement, 84.87. Neighbor saw my appendix, 84.77. That is 2. Count them, 2. Rushing/receiving yards. That's about as close as it gets. Kirk Cousins put up 22.32 points. He's smiling. He is definitely smiling. For sure. Way to go. What the hell's going on with my computer? I don't know. There we go. There we go. Super fast and efficient. OJ into the top 20 overs beating of the Dragliners. Sam Darnold looks like, shit, who does he look like? He looks like somebody. Not on top of my game today. The Mad Scientist beats Joe Bucky 7, no one cares. Malcolm Rodriguez. Oh, this is a good one. Bo Nix comes in looking like Bo Jackson used to back in the day in Tecmo Bowl. Unstoppable. 23.88. Sagnasty, only 1 win this year, puts up 96 points and loses. What a tragedy for Sagnasty. Falls to 1-7. Moose Knuckles, they came and they beat up on their own best friend or whatever they are. 5-3 for Keith Dowdy. Will's Wranglers falls to 6-2 and keeps keeps the hope alive for someone else to win that conference. Josh Griner barely over Honolulu Blue Skies. Paul Brown almost was not in the 100 spot, but thanks to Josh Allen's 12.91 barn burner, he knocks him into the brown. Suck It loses again. Brayson Trudell 5-3. Hanger Hernandez 4-4. Keeping his service alive. Keeping his hopes alive. Josh Jacobs looks like a middle schooler. DeWyans loses to Hurt So Good. 97.97. They're both 3-5 now in the battle of underachievers. Muckers loses to 99%. Hart. Play with Mike Ditka. Had a chance to really disrupt the conference. You Thielen Lucky Punk pulls it off. And they both moved to 5-3. So that's where we're at with that one. C.D. Lamb. Show me them TDs. Chad Leach barely loses to FarmersOnly.com. But he makes him 7-1, the new number 1 team of the nation. Brandon McManus. Looking good. Patriots lose the Sewer Bombs. Not all of your face, I'm not saying it. Yeah, big game for Frazier to win there. This is not as in-depth as it should be. I'm looking for good games here, folks. We got no good games. Oh, these are just embarrassing. Oh, here we go. Lakers over Kakambas by 4 points. 4 points. 75.39 to 71.16. Or 6-1, rather. Man, James Cook. Amber Cole. 4-4. Jeremy Orr. 4-4. You want more rhymes? Let's see what's in store. No one cares. Aaron Rodgers, you're a scrub. Paul Wallenwide put in a hell of a lineup. He put in a hell of a lineup. Had to regroup there. He was crying. Not too much. Paul always whining. He put up 74 points this week and still lost to John. I don't cry like a little girl. Zemer. Nibble on my golf. Gibbs cough on my golf. That's what he's telling Paul Wallenwine this week. He beats him 79 to 74. Better Bring Your A game brought his C+, slightly above average game, unfortunately. Could not defeat a lot of Valada, which was a big game for that conference. Would have made him 4-4, a lot of Valada 5-3, but now a lot of Valada 6-2. As we'll look here in a minute. Kate Otten. Chop It Off wins. Puts up 97. Defeats Chichki, who puts up 92 and loses. Tragic. 92 points should be enough to win, but it isn't always. And a rough week for the Miller house, the Miller family, who both Ben Miller and Josh Harris, Nick Harris, whatever his name is, put up over 90 points and both lost. How will the others fare? We'll see. Mullen Incorporated, Paul Ward defeats previously unbeaten BVC with the unnumbered Sam Laporta. He got his jersey off of Temu. No one cares about this game. I do, but it's not today. The Hitman was randomized. Yeah, look at this lineup. The Hitman was randomized. Yeah, we heard complaints about how good his lineup was. He put up 69 points, which was not bad, but Dak Prescott, yeah, sure. Bucky Irving, whatever. Josh Jacobs performed. Wandale Robinson was on his fucking lineup, and people complained about it. He's about as effective as Walter Mondale in scoring points. 4 points. Boo fucking who? Come on, John. What the fuck? You're gonna complain about Walter Mondale and Jonnu Smith playing for fucking brain damage? No. Don't cry about it. Put in a better lineup. I'm sorry that Devontae Adams, Aaron Rodgers, the fucking double Dutch rudder didn't pay off for you this week, Gillette. But sorry isn't good enough. You can't trust fucking flat earthers, okay? Aaron Rodgers ain't doing shit. Devontae Adams is a bitch. They both suck, and so do the Jets, and so did your lineup this week. So you want to cry about the hit randomizer, cry about you randomly putting fucking ayahuasca drinkers in your lineup. Now, there's anything wrong with that. Anyway, Fly Eagles 5 with Strong Street Soldiers. Almost doubled them up. Eric Minter, disappointing season. The Hernandez hitman. Antoine Bacon puts up 100 over Bleeding Blue Bombers. Good job, Antoine. Low-hanging fruit took that shit seriously when he was in the bottom. He had a great week. I think he's the Lions fan. Came up from Tennessee to watch the Lions just dismantle the Titans. Love Story loses again, and I'm here for it. Coming from behind. Greg Munger. He can't pick up his square deals on wheels shit, but at least he can put it up for winning lineup. I didn't mean to do that. Yes, Greg, pick up your shit if you're going to bid. Otherwise, you will be blacklisted. 2 girlies, 1 cup. Austin O'Neill makes a double loss for the Monahan household this week, beating Craig Monahan 59-54. Clockwork Elves. This is my kid. He can't win shit. Loses again. I'm going to have to disown him. He's 3-5. Shameful. Look at this here. Nothing to see. Nothing to see. Can't talk about it. The Apache Chiefs beat the Donkey Punchers. That's worth mentioning. You know? J.K. Dobbins looks like he's lost. He looks like he's in a fucking CBS sitcom, that photo. Cloco Kiss could not beat Golf and Balls. Very disappointing for Maddie Bradley. Oh, Digger Phelps barely loses the Cot Jockeys by less than a point. Michael Carl back in the winning column after losing a couple weeks in a row. Squad rolls over Nasty Nutria this week. Not Neighbors Saw My Penix. Moves to 4-4 and another loss for the Miller household. They're not a household anymore. The Miller family. Aiken for a ship over Namtab Knights. Good job, Rob Aiken. Pastor's Taco loses to Elevator Music. Bobby Wood find the win count for the 3rd time this year. Swineflu put up a shitty performance. Okay. Steel City Sackers defeats Canton Hall of Famers. And they just can't. They're just not having a good year. I don't know what's up. Started Lamar Jackson, Brees Hall, Joe Mixon, Tyreek Hill, Tim Patrick. I don't know why he'd start him. My dad started him, and he also lost $20 on a prop bet with him. He's obsessed with the man. Let's see. No one. Oh, hey. Whispering Eyes. Jason Taylor put up 81 points and lost. Garrity's Gigolos back in the losing column where they belong. And that's it. That wasn't so bad. It wasn't totally in depth, but it worked. Right? We hope so. I was hoping to get a coffee delivery, but I don't think that's happening. What? Who's that? Did Mom make coffee? No! What? She's asleep? What the hell? I can't hear because I have headphones in my ears. Well, can you see if she can make coffee, please? I'd appreciate it. Well, when she gets back. I can't do it when I'm down here. All right. All right, we're going to pause this real quick. I need more tea. All right, we're back, and we're looking at, and I'm freshly revitalized voice-wise, but it won't last long. The Jeff Lebowski Conference. Do we know who's winning that conference?
Yes, no, maybe. I don't know.
Malcolm Rodriguez in the middle of my thighs with 3 games to go has a nice little cushion here. Oh, nice little cushion. I see what I did there. Didn't mean to. For Will's Wranglers and Concussion Protocol. 3 games ago, Moose Knuckles might still technically be alive, but everyone else is definitely not because of the way that this schedule is going to lay out. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at the schedules coming up over the next 3 games for all these teams. And we'll do this every week. Malcolm plays Joe Buck Yourself this week. Concussion Protocol. That's the big one right there in 2 weeks. And then, of course, the Mad Scientist coming up there. Will's Wranglers, on the other hand. Will they play either of these teams here? Nope, they play Vic in the Box, Honolulu Blue Skies, and Joe Buck Yourself. And then Concussion Protocol. We obviously know who one of them plays. I don't think anyone ever updates this, by the way. Mad Scientist. Oh, so Vic in the Box can do some real damage here if they can get some wins. Destroy playoff hopes for both Concussion Protocol and Will's Wranglers. Vic in the Box. So you have... I don't think... No, there's no way... Well, I'm not going to say there's no path. It's very unlikely path for anyone who's 4-4, but Vic in the Box, they might be able to do it, honestly. There's a path to victory there. It's not a very easy one, but Vic in the Box, and therefore I guess I'm going to say the other one's not mathematically eliminated yet, but not very good. And then we go to the Kirk Lazarus Conference, where we're going to look at this here real quick. And who's winning this conference, you ask? That's right. FarmersOnly.com. Former champion Matt Farmer. Definitely, he started off 0-1. He has now won 7 straight games. So good for you. Now the question is, who do you play? You have a 2-game edge on everybody else with 3 games to go. There are 3 teams behind you at 5-3. Is it possible? Of course. Of course it's possible. Let's look at who you're playing. You might control your own destiny here. You are playing Youth-Thiel and Lucky Punk in week 2 here. Week 10, I should say, but 2 weeks from now. And then Suck It is also in that running. Muckers 2-6, kind of irrelevant and from this playoff standpoint, but if you win that game, you're going to be in much better shape. So, but the next 2 games after that are between Youth-Thiel and Lucky Punk and Suck It. Now, who won between the Mike Ditka thing? I'm assuming, I'm sure FarmersOnly.com won, because otherwise he wouldn't be here. Yeah. Play with Mike Ditka plays Suck It this week. We're going to look at that here in a second. That's a huge game because the loser of that's basically out. And then Youth-Thiel and Lucky Punk, who they have left. They have Show Me Them TDs, and then, of course, FarmersOnly.com, and then DeWyan. So they have 1 significant game left. But you guys got to win out. I mean, that's all there is to it. The teams who are 5-3, when you're staring at a 7-1 guy who's undefeated in the conference, you have to win out. There's no other choice. So that Play with Mike Ditka Suck It game that's coming up, I think this week, is a must win. Now the problem is Suck It would need a lot of help because he's 3-3 in conference. But I mean, hey, anything can happen, man. You got to win out. You have no choice. Plus, winning doesn't hurt anyway because it gets you in more tickets into the playoff drawing / better record. Oh, yeah. Going down to the Ron Burgundy Conference, we have a 4-horse race. Really a 3-horse race, though, only because the conference division for Freddie vs. Jason is not good. Lewis Diana football team, his coming up schedule for the next 3 weeks. Shit, wrong schedule. I don't know why they have 2 things called schedule right next to each other. Playing Football is Life, Ketchup and Mostert, and Sewer Bombs. That game at the end of the year could be enormous. That is the last game is against Sewer Bombs, who is the #1 threat. But now Frazier, on the other hand, sitting here in second place. He plays Death by 1,000 Punts, Patriots, and Nut All Over Your Face. So a bunch of 3 and 5s for Frazier. Is there a path there? For sure. He just needs Lewis Diana to lose some of those games. Sewer Bombs, on the other hand, his next few games are against Freddie vs. Jason. Critical game for him. He'll be sending everything. Football is Life. Football is Life can play some spoiler here. Tom Farmer, let's do it. You've got too much pride to sit there and just lose. You're 4-4. You're still in the hunt for something. And then Sewer Bombs plays Lewis Diana. Those are the 3 teams that are worth mentioning. Freddie vs. Jason. I mean, Young Bubba's plays Football is Life. Probably not a path to victory there based on the fact that some of those teams play each other. But still, you want to win, you got to play spoilers, man. So next we have Jeff Spicoli Conference. We have Tallywhackers at 7-1. Who do they play coming up here? Sticks It In Ya, Sticky Fingers, and Kakambas. 4-4, 3-5, 4-4. So, not exactly brutal competition, but they're getting desperate too. That's the thing. All Too Well, second place. They play the Lakers, fresh off their win. Myself, the Providence Power, and they end the year with Double G Spot, who hopefully will set up the best lineup of all time to avoid being one of the worst teams ever. And then the Power, my own squad, playing Double G Spot this week, all too well, and then your mother likes my defense. So 2 of those teams are 1-7. So that's promising. We're going to say everyone else 4-4 is out of this one. Then the next one, Frank Drebin, we have BVC, a lot of primetime, chop it off. These 4 teams are still kind of alive, especially BVC. His next couple games are against Gimme 2 for the road, David Dalton 2-6, primetime. Brian Benor 5-3. Better bring your A game, not really in the run. But primetime is in the run, so that's a big game for primetime coming up. A lot of they have to play who left? Just here so I don't get fined, 2-6. Well, you know he's going to lose because he's thrown in the towel like a little chump. Give me 2 for the road, David Dalton, and chop it off. A lot of plays. Chop it off the final week, which is huge. Did we just talk about that? We did not. Okay, so that's big. Couple big games there. This one here is too tough to call. Look at this. There's 3, 6, 7 teams still 5-3 or 4-4. Everyone's alive here. We're just going to say it, except for Hernandez, Hitman, and Fly Eagles Fly, and probably Bleeding Blue Bombers. Ron Kimball Conference. We'll dive into these more when there's 2 games left. Much easier to predict things. These guys have 4, 5-3 teams, 1, 6-2 teams. So you're still in this top half here. You're still alive for sure. And they're all 4-2 in conference too, which is wild. That shit's going to fall though. Napoleon Dynamite Conference, we have a 3-horse race. Golf and Balls, the Apache Chiefs, and Donkey Punchers. Most notably, Golf and Balls has the tiebreaker over the Apache Chiefs. The Apache Chiefs has a tiebreaker over Donkey Punchers. But we're going to see, do they play each other still? The Donkey Punchers and them? No. Digger Phelps, Cot Jockeys, and Brady's Balls are who's Golf and Balls has left. But Cot Jockeys, they're do all right. Tough schedule, tough conference to be in the first year, but he's done all right. 3-6 isn't great, but he's been relevant in the conversation. And then the Apache Chiefs, who they play the last 3 games. Let's see. Brady's Balls, the Nuts, and Double C. Double C. So the Nuts, they both have 1 quote-unquote difficult game left. We get on here, we got 6-2, 5-3, 5-3, 4-4. These 2 right here are definitely the 2 running for this conference so far, but other people are not mathematically eliminated. And they play each other in week 10. So that'll be a huge game. Assuming they both win this week, that'll be the game of the week. And then finally, down here, you can't even see all this, but there's a 6-horse race down to Steel City Sackers, which are not pictured on this screen for some reason. 6 teams in this Lloyd Christmas Conference can still win it. You know, so that's that. So there's that. What's going on here? Why is my computer being weird? All right. We'll look at total points real quick. Very easy. Takes 2 seconds. Chop it off, number 1. Providence Power, number 2, with a 1-point differential. And they're both 5-3. Barry McCockner, you can see this right here. The higher those points, the better chance you are getting the playoffs, kids. Especially if your record's not good. FarmersOnly.com is where? Where the hell is this guy at? The number 1 team in the nation is ranked 28th. 28th in points scored, which is crazy to see, but it is what it is. I'm going to undo this so it's not messed up next time. And then we're going to go to the week 8 preview. My God. Where the hell's my super squares? Jesus. Wasn't ready for that one. get to go talk all day today, too. I'm very excited about it. All right, Week 9 matchups. Let's see what we got. The Mad Scientist versus Concussion Protocol. Kind of irrelevant. Vic in a Box 4-4 versus Willow Rangers 6-2. Vic in a Box needs that game to keep any hope alive. Joe Buck Yourself 4-4 versus Malcolm Rodriguez. Kind of the same thing. Show Me Them TDs 4-4. You Theo and Lucky Buck 5-3. That is definitely a big game. Neither of these teams are ranked, but I mentioned it earlier. Suck It versus Play With Mike Ditka in a critical game here. That could be... I'm just looking down here. Yeah, that's probably the game of the week. I don't have the music because I turned it off. It's annoying. Oh, FarmersOnly.com taking on Muckers 2-6. Come on, Muckovitz, get it together. Death by 1,000 Punts. Ryan Frazier taking on Aaron Minturn. This is a big game here. Freddie versus Jason versus Sewer Bombs. Freddie's not ranked, but 5-3 versus 6-2. He needs that. Freddie needs that win. He needs to get all the programming language lined up. Tom Farmer's an owner of historical significance. He needs to step up and conjure up that history to defeat the dreaded Louis Diana football team. And then we have All Too Well taking the Lakers in a battle of ladies here. Lakers, 4-4, not out of it yet. Definitely not if they beat All Too Well. Derek Gregory taking on Tallywhackers. 4-4, 7-1. If there's any shot of anyone else beating this conference, it's Gregory. You need to win that game. We already mentioned a lot of versus Just Here So I Don't Get Fined. Better Bring Your A Game versus Chop It Off. They're not ranked, but it's still relevant. Austin O'Neill taking on True Blue Wrecking Crew 5-3, 6-2. A critical game for two girlies, one cup. They need to win that game, otherwise True Blue Wrecking Crew is going to walk away, well, at least distance himself, and now two girlies, one cup will be out if they lose that. Number 2, Golf and Balls taking on Digger Phelps. Come on, Digger, get it together. Brady's Balls 2-6 taking on the Apache Chiefs. We got some lopsided games here. It's like the NFL a couple weekends ago. Password is Tacos 2-6 taking on Neighbors Saw My Penix 5-3. The Namtab Knights taking on the Black Hole. I don't even have to stretch much for that one. 4-4 versus 6-2. The Black Hole definitely want to win that game. Canton Hall of Famers taking on Hitting Rugs. The Bradleys have several people in the top here, so I'm proud of you. The Black Hole, not one of them, but still. And then Swine Flu taking on Ghetto Heisman. Rob Gork taking on Mike Kaminsky there. And then finally, J-Mac taking on Baby Back Gibbs. So that's that. We go into the Week 8 squares. It was tight ends. Tight ends was the category. And San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Greg Munger wins this week. Congratulations to Greg. We still wish you would have picked up my dad's stuff that he sold you this week. Maybe you can use that money for next week. We'll see. We'll get that sent out to you soon. And then, yeah, pick them. I'm not even going to go. We'll go over it real quick because I just can't talk anymore. My throat hurts really bad. Where are we at here? Whispering Eyes with a narrow lead over Swine Flu. The Nuts Falls. They only got 9 picks right this week. Jeez Louise, kid. Yeah, anyone with over 70's got a chance. I appreciate those of people who have stuck with it. Not everyone has, which is sad. This is free football. Why not try it? All right, I'm going to go cut my throat out. So we'll talk to you later. Thanks for joining us. Hopefully next week I'll be more energetic, but just not really feeling it today. Happy Halloween, everybody. Be safe, and we'll see you next week.